guys, it's Alyssa and Webster. Yesterday, Rochelle and I went to the Southwest Virginia production of the Nutcracker. Last year, we went to go see Radford University's production of the Nutcracker, and I just wanted to do a quick little reaction video. I think we've posted like day 11 of Vlogmas, but we're going to take the first couple of days this week and get all the videos caught up so that you have the actual correct number of videos. Vlogmas is hard sometimes because depending on what you have going on, by the time you get home, you're either exhausted or don't always have time to put up a video. So for those of you who do it and are able to do it successfully or have a routine that works, that's awesome. But yesterday we went out, and it was Rochelle and her cousin Erin and I, and I don't know if we've ever mentioned this to you or not, but Rochelle and I have grown up together. We first met when we were like 11 or 12, maybe younger. And so we've known each other for like 21, 22 years. And then her cousin, who is, I want to say like 12 years younger than us. You know, of course, we've known her since she was a baby. So it all just kind of feels like family. But she went with us last year, and she's kind of become part of our like traditions of, you know, going and doing these things. And I'm hoping that going to the Nutcracker for us will become kind of a little family tradition, because I love the Nutcracker. I've loved it ever since I first saw it when I was probably like 9th or 10th grade. I'd always loved the music and enjoyed it, but I didn't see the ballet until I was in like lower high school. And when I saw it, I just was like immediately hooked. And I've seen all kinds of different versions of it. But I had never seen the one that's here locally in the city that I live in. And so we looked up tickets for it, and it was pretty expensive, even for pretty crappy seats. We were originally supposed to be seated up. Sorry, Webster wants to go growl out the window because it's windy, and I'm holding him back. So if you see me moving, it's because I'm restraining Webster. Otherwise, he'll bark the entire time. I had never been to this one, mainly because it was just like, it seemed really pricey for something that's predominantly local people, which sounds bad, but it's just like if you're going to pay, you know, $50 for something, it seems like, unless you have like a relative in it, you know, or something you want to see, it kind of seems pricey. But we decided to just go ahead and bite the bullet and do it, since nowhere like close by was doing it. So we went, and I was super impressed with it, actually. The dancing was really good, considering that like 90% of the cast were kids or teenagers. I mean, some of these young dancers were just amazing. I mean, in thinking about how, like, what a terrible dancer I am, and watching them be able to do that, I was kind of like, man, that's really amazing. But the thing I was the most impressed about it is they didn't use, they didn't use an orchestra like Radford does, because Radford uses their own orchestra, which you guys, if you watched our Vlogmas last year, know that they had some dicey moments since the music was live. But they used like I guess a CD, you know, or a music track to the original version of it. And I kind of liked that, because although hearing the music live adds something to it and can be really amazing, it was nice because there wasn't like an opportunity for the music or the orchestra to mess up and kind of just like take away or distract from what the dancers were doing. But my favorite part, and the part I was the most impressed with, were the sets were amazing, especially the set for the party scene. I was super, super impressed with like how they had the windows cut out in the back, and you could see snow falling, and like you literally looked like you were looking outside of the windows of this home to the people walking to the party. And the costumes were amazing. I think out of probably all the versions of the Nutcracker I've seen, that I liked the costumes in this version the best. I thought that they were just really beautiful, and they were like very eye-catching and sparkly from far away. And they're kind of what, like if I were to picture in my mind that a production of the Nutcracker would look like this to me is very much what I would have envisioned. Yeah, I mean, the costumes were good. I especially enjoyed the Sugar Plum Fairy, because I find that often in versions of the Nutcracker, the Sugar Plum Fairy costume is like kind of boring and lame, and this one was like kind of like a magenta velvet, and it was sparkly, and it was just like what I would think that the Sugar Plum Fairy would look like. what I was told by a mother of the dancing, like one of the members of this dance company that put on this performance, is that they were given a $10,000 grant this year. By the way, if you got $10,000 extra dollars floating around you want to send it my way to pay off my student loans, by all means, feel free to do that. But anyway, that's a lot of money. And they used that for costumings and set, predominantly for the first half of the ballet. I mean, the costumes in the set in the second half of the ballet were also really awesome, but you could definitely tell like that money had been spent and a lot of time and thought had been put into how everybody was dressed. I also really enjoyed the one where they have, I can't think of the name of it, but there's a dance in the second half that is like Chinese kind of acrobat sort of things, and they had these two guys dressed up like a lion, and it was like the Chinese New Year dragon or lion that you see in the Chinese New Year parade. I mean, and these two people, like, he could hold one on top of him in this like huge costume, and they were rolling and doing flips together, and it was just like the acrobatics of these two people was really amazing. And I'm pretty sure that they were like high school age, so I was mega impressed. My favorite part is my favorite part every time I see the Nutcracker, and that was the dance of the snow fairies. They were just so, their costumes were beautiful. Like, they literally looked like snow. They had these huge white tutus, and they had like kind of silver and just crystal glitter on them, and the snow was falling, and in the background, you know, they had like the perfect snow scene as far as their set in the forest, and it was just gorgeous. And it's gonna sound kind of dumb, but like every time that that part happens, like I get like not weepy, but a little bit like emotional, or my eyes kind of well up, just because like to me it's such a like good Christmas experience. I don't know, it just every single time it gets me for some reason, and that's always my very favorite part. There were a couple of dancers that fell. It was nothing like awful. I mean, they got right back up, and I applaud them for, you know, getting right back up and continuing and doing the rest of the dances fine. But I think what happened is it seemed like it was in the same spot on the stage where like these certain dancers were falling. And so I half wonder if maybe like where the snow came down, and there were a couple of scenes too where just like huge amounts of glitter came out of the ceiling and fell on everybody underneath. I sort of wonder if maybe like it made the stage slippery. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the most coordinated person anyway, so I am like the last to say, why did you fall? You totally should have had your had your shits together, you know, and dancing and doing what you need to do. But I was just mega impressed. And I think the thing that makes it more fun is like getting to experience that with your friends. And then afterwards we went Christmas shopping, and I got my sister's Christmas taken care of and stuff. And it's just a fun, very Christmassy day, despite the fact that the weather was terrible. But if you love the Nutcracker or have like a favorite Christmas tradition that's kind of like that, let me know in the comments below. And I will be talking to you very soon for some more Vlogmas stuff. And I will see you later. Bye.